Hey guys, tēnā koe, tēnā koutou. Welcome to your June 2016 tarot reading with me, Gemini. This is your reading. Same format as last month, same Rider-Waite cards, and we will be finishing the shuffling right about now. So let's see what's in store. Let's lay out these cards and see what's your message for June 2016. So that's your first week. Second, I may have to move these cards up a little bit, guys. We'll just see at the end what it looks like through the camera. Bear with me while they're being dealt out. I think we're missing the bottom lot, so still missing some. I'll just move my camera back a little bit. Okay, I see a lot of grey across here, so I think of sort of contemplative energies and perhaps more of the thought going on with the grey, and sometimes things aren't as quick or activated, so a month of perhaps thinking and strategizing. Let's have a look at your major arcanas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have an ace, and your court cards 1, 2, 3. So let's take a look and see what's coming your way, Gemini. If we go right up to the far left hand corner, the one up the top surrounded by all those crystals, we see the Judgment card. Now this is a major arcana, so you're starting your month kind of like with some full-on energy happening, and you've got the star right next door to it, so two impactful major arcanas wanting to get a message across for you. The Judgment card is often about listening to what is going on in the background of life and receiving messages openly, so not being shut off to them. There's definitely a degree of needing to hear something, because this trumpet is literally blowing into the ears of these people. So whether or not there's a part of you that's not receiving a full message, or you are choosing to not hear something for one way or another, like you're closing a portion of yourself off, you don't want to see the wood for the trees, or you just won't face a reality, this is often what the Judgment card means, and it means we have to wake up and hear all of the facets of every diverse part of a situation that we're looking at, instead of just one angle. So it's like when you look down a camera and you use a wider lens. That's what it's kind of like in life. So I think the Judgment card is often talking to us about needing to broaden our horizons, our opinions, our belief systems, and also listen to events, people, communication and synchronicities that are coming our way, and correlate those into things that are on your mind, or areas where there's not necessarily a melding together of what A and B should be. We come to the card next door, and it's the Star. Magic card to have in your reading. The Star and the Sun are two of the most beloved and benevolent cards. When the Star is in a reading, it offers support, a positive support for all the other cards around, including if there are any negative cards. So the Star has a very universal galactic energy to it, and all of these beautiful stars up here are like spirit guides or angels, or your guardian angels supporting you and helping you. It's also as if you get energized from the universe, so you might feel a bolster of energy coming, like positive vibes. And I notice it's connected to the Strength card down here on the diagonal, and that also emphasizes this feeling of strength coming. So physical strength, and maybe health wise you're getting a bolster for any health issues that may have been around. It's also about balance required and maintaining water in your life, so being hydrated, especially as the northern hemisphere comes into their summer. And it's also about spending time by or close to bodies of water, which may really enhance the flow and the creativity in your life and the conductivity. This card here, the Eight of Swords, is often about self-doubt and worry and feeling as if you can't see the way because perhaps you're not listening to everything that's around you. So two messages there that are combining together. The Eight of Swords is, as I say, self-doubt and a bit of fear and anxiety, and it's up to you to realign that, to open your eyes and see the way forward. If you've got some problems going on, they're usually, when this card is here, indicating that you are in control of them and there is a way out, and you have to apply some logic, some intelligence and communication to work your way through it. But don't be so afraid of it, because by being afraid you're letting it empower you. So open your eyes, listen to the messages coming your way, make the connections and step forth. And don't be afraid to take that walk and that leap of faith. This card here, the Three of Pentacles, often it is talked about as being a success card or one of receiving some sort of honour or award or acclaim. Some of you may have sat exams or during your job have done a project or something that's come to finish and fruition, and it should be a positive time now and you may get recognition for this. Sometimes it can also literally mean an increase in your finances coming, and sometimes this is through the way of a pay rise or being offered a promotion within your job, or even your business kicking off at a higher level. We come to the second line, and on the far left side there we see the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of illusions and deception possibly, so it tells us to be very wary of what we're selecting at this time around us. We can quite often have a lot of variety or options to choose from, and some of them are really glittery and nice and attractive to the eye, and you think, oh my god, I fancy that, I really want that. But if you look a little bit further and you listen with a bit more caution and you take your intuitive gut feeling into it, you will find that some of them are not right for you. So be careful about the choices you make. Now this can be for anything: love, relationships, career, money, finances, investment and health. Queen of Swords is an air sign like yourself, so it could very well be you guys emulating your articulate, intelligent type energy, the Geminis, or it could be another air sign around you coming in. This could be a period of feeling attraction to this person, or it could be someone who is offering you advice one way or another, and it sometimes is in the legal advice way or communications. When this card turns up, you can sometimes expect communications coming that you've been waiting on. So again, it could be replies to something, or hearing about a project or an application you've put in. The Strength card, Major Arcana, also next to another Major Arcana, and this is about the psychological power of strength and knowing our mind and connecting with it and understanding that our minds are all powerful, and that when we apply universal collective consciousness and our own belief systems and our soul energy all combined into one, we are empowered and we are strong. That's the cycle of life up there on the top of the head, and she is dominating over a lion. So it tells us that we don't need to have physical strength to win out in situations. So if there is something going on around you at this point in time that requires negotiations or collaboration of any sort, use your intellect and be careful of the words you choose to use, because this is a period when you could win out in a really positive way with this inner strength. Also, with the Hierophant right next door, he has his hand up to say stop, as if to say make sure you do this in a logical, authoritative, legal manner. He's very much about legalities and not doing things wrong in society. It's quite often a time when, if you are wanting to implement a new strategy into your community or your business or anything, or even your family or social media network or whatever, this Hierophant is saying we tend to want it to go the normal way that society is flowing at the moment, so don't go against the grain. If you do, it won't flow as well. He can also be about spiritual evaluation, as can this one and this one up here. All of those can be connected to some sort of spiritual enlightenment or reconnection. Some of you may even attend events where you go to a religious institution, whatever particular faith or religion you might be, but that's what you might do in the time of June. This could even signify weddings or christenings or bar mitzvahs or anything along those lines. The Page of Swords in the third line, the first card there on the left, again this air sign energy. He's quite feisty and active and full of words and verbalness and communication, and when he comes in he often stirs up the air and bing, bing, bang, and he's got ideas and stuff and agitation and energy. This could be someone you know, or it could be someone in your family, or a new young person that just walks on in and is requiring attention around about this time. It could literally be a new concept or idea because it's sitting right next to this ace. So possibly someone that you gel with really well, and you may find a relationship coming from that. We move into the Ace of Wands. Again, another really great creative opportunity coming your way for inspiration, thought, clarity, often associated with the realm of businesses or creating a new pathway, whether it's already within established systems such as businesses or companies, or flourishing new opportunities to create new businesses as well, home businesses even. The word pop-up is a really new trend lately. People can start these pop-up businesses from next to nothing, and they can grow overnight and turn into global successes. And this is the type of energy that card can represent. We come to the Hanged Man. He's been out a lot in June, as has the Sun and the Star. The Hanged Man, again, we're talking about quite often spiritual revelation because his head is completely illuminated. But this is often when the universe puts a block up for some reason. And it's interesting that it sits right next to the ace. It's like you're getting half of the ideas, but perhaps not sure which way to go, and you come up against a brick wall. Again, we come back here to listening to what's around and hearing every possible opportunity, and perhaps taking an unusual combination of them to try and get them to work together. But when this crossroad comes up, you literally had to take time to stop and rethink a strategy out. Also take some time out to slow things down and re-energize your batteries. The other thing that it can suggest is that you are going within yourself a little bit to seek a bit more spiritual initiation again and question the direction you're on with your spirituality or your soul's journey. So you've got quite a few of these all connected together. It's as if you're at some sort of flux moment or period in time where you might actually change direction or add something more to the picture one way or another. And as well, I think of this as being possible head and neck pains. So if any of you need physical adjustment for that, there's plenty of opportunities that you can utilize to free up the physical flow. And when that flow is freed up, you'll often find that the emotional flow is allowed to move with much more suppleness, and that creates energy within our bodies as well. We come to this card in the third week of June, the Five of Cups, and we see here him looking a little bit sad and dejected. In fact, he carries that energy on a little bit down here. There's something about you moving away from either a group or something you've been investing time in, a group of people or friends or relationships or a relationship, and you're feeling, it's a shame it got to this, or it's a bit sad, but you forget to see that there's all this standing behind you. So there is still nurture and other people around you if you turn around and look. Oh my gosh, you've got so much in your reading about making sure you see everything in the picture and re-evaluating things and not having your blinkers on, not being in too much of a hurry, because Geminis can be, so that you're missing things. That's definitely a main part for you, because these are important things that you might not be seeing, and they make up part of this greater picture. And some of it is about you and the internal you and the moving forward, and some of it is about relationships and even business type connections or career connections. This one down here, again, he's looking with sort of disdain and annoyance and, like, oh, that's just not good enough, I'm not accepting that. But he's being handed an offer. So we should consider all offers, because if, again, you turn it the other way round or upside down or inside out, you will see that there's more to it than you initially think. And sometimes, too, the grass is not always greener on the other side. So sometimes what we believe we're looking for is not actually there. And we can recreate it ourselves with the things that we currently have by reorganising them and readjusting them. You've got here the Six of Swords, and this is often a card of travel. So some of you may literally be going on a trip in June, and this can be over water, so to a foreign country, or if your own country has water in it, you might be going across the water in your country or around water. It can also be much more of a psychological phrase, this card, inferring that you are travelling from a time of a little bit of turbulence or unsettled energy into a more still and calm and prosperous time period. So again, this is often associated with relationships, and it can be even that people are moving house. So someone around you or yourselves may be moving from a residence to a new residence, and this may be more than temporary, it might be permanent, but you're doing it to create a better future as you move forward. You've got the Temperance card down here. We talk more about balance again, and it kind of reiterates the same messages, or very similar as up here. One foot on land, one on water, one on land, one on water, pouring water from jug to jug, emulated up there. We see the stars up there and the sun down here. So you've definitely had lots of duplicate messages there, really being quite specific about you listening to this really firmly and connecting with yourself and finding your answers and pulling on your energies and putting them into action and moving forward. Temper your emotions, moods, relationships, the way you speak, your diet. Definitely increase your water intake, or make sure that you're hydrated and spend time around water as well. And again, this is a major arcana, so it's also about internal growth and moving forward and connectivity to the universe. And your final card for the reading is the King of Wands. And he's looking in here, which is quite nice. So he could be part of a picture that's being played around you. So he could either be some sort of partner, whether he's romantic or business related. He's often known as the entrepreneurial energy. He has creative ideas, which he may have been involved in with this energy up here. He's a great guy to inspire and set things in action, create movement in many areas of your life. He could be someone that you are seeking advice from, or that he becomes involved in your life one way or another, whether he's a new potential employer or employee, or possibly even for some of you a new romantic liaison as well. So there we are, Gemini. You have actually got quite a lot of major arcana cards, and they're definitely very connected, and they roll through your month, but they have definitely given specific messages here about this, listening to stuff that's going on around you, because I think there's gold in the air if you pick it up. It's kind of like gold panning, when you're out gold panning and you've got your pan of gold and all you can see is the sand in the bottom. And until you go through and put the water in and mix it and till it all around really slowly and carefully, and slowly shake out the bits that don't work, and then you look in the bottom at the last few remaining grains and you go, my God, look, there's gold in there. That's the messages in this card, in this reading. It's all about sifting through the fine stuff that's going on and finding the gold at the bottom. So thank you all for listening, and I wish you the very, very best for June. I hope you have a wonderful, summery, happy June if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. And for us down here in the Southern, I hope it's not too cold and wintry for us all. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate your liking, subbing and your comments. Take care. Have a wonderful month ahead. Ka kitea noa. Much aroha. Namaste.